They told me don't go down that bend where Hollow Glen begins to end. There's a house that hums when night turns blue, and if you hear it hum to you, they'd trail off, eyes like frosted glass, as if they'd seen what came to pass. But I was young, and doubts aflame. I laughed it off as tales and game. Still, when I passed that cricket lane, a wind would whisper through my brain. The trees would creak, the crows would stare, and hums would slither through the air. It started faint, a trembling sound, like wires strummed beneath the ground, a note that bent, a voice half dreamed, a song that wasn't what it seemed. One dusk I packed my light and pen and made my way to Hollow Glen. The moon was split, a silver grin, a frog was thick, like whispered sin. I crossed the fence of rust and rot, post thorn and needle, ivy clot, and there it stood, the house so still, it seemed to breathe against my will. Each shutter sagged, each window cried, each board was warped, the nails all pried, the porch light flickered, faint and sick, its hum a pulse, mechanical thick. The door unlatched, gave just one creak, as if the dark itself could speak. I stepped within, the floorboards moaned, the air was warm, yet made me freeze. It smelled of rust and sap and leaves. The hum grew deeper, slow then fast. It shook the walls, it shook the past. I found the source, a gramophone, its horn of brass, its tone of bone. It spun through no one wound the will, and sang with voices no one should feel. They whispered names, unknown yet known. They hummed of flesh that turned to stone. They called me close, they breathed my name. They said, "You've come to play our game." The record turned, but there was none, just dust and wax and shadows tongue. I felt the house begin to bend, its heartbeat thudding end to end. I stumbled back, the hum pursued. It filled my ears, it split the wood. The wallpaper pulsed, the ceiling sighed. A thousand faces pressed inside. Eyes in the cracks, teeth in the walls, soft wet whispers through the halls. Each portrait grinned, each clock was wrong, each tick and tock a dying song. I ran upstairs, each step a groan, each echo sounding not my own. I reached a door of crimson paint. It smelled of metal, thick and faint. Inside a room of mirrors vast, reflecting futures, not the past. Each version of myself looked back, but one was smiling, eyes pitch black. He said the hum is what you hear when time folds in and death draws near. The house is hungry, and you fed. It hums to mourn, not raise the dead. He reached his hand, grew glass so thin, and pulled me screaming deep within. My bones were cords, my skin was drum, my breath became the house's hum. Now nights are long in Hollow Glen, where wanderers come now and then. They hear the hum beneath the hill and feel it throb against their will. They say they see a lighted door where none should be on the second floor. They say they hear a rhyming tone that hums the words I call my own. Don't go down that bend, my friend, where Hollow Glen begins to end, for I am part of what it sings. A hum of dust, a shadow things. The house still breathes, its porch still creaks, and every night a new one seeks. It hums to them as it hummed to me, with rhythm dark and melody. A song of hunger, slow and grim, a lullaby from death's own hymn. And if you go where moonlight bends, where hollow glen begins to end, and hear that hum behind your ear, don't stop to ask, just disappear.